back to the 90s.
I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you, and I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I wicked thing to do to make me dream of you, and I wanna fall in love. No, I wanna fall in love with you. Was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I wanna fall in love. No, I wanna fall in love with you. No, nobody loves no one.
Take a ride back in time.
Back to the 90s.
Yo, back up now and give a brother room. The fuse is lit and I'm about to go boom. Mercy, mercy, mercy me. Oh, my life was a cage, but on stage I'm free. Hyped up, psyched up, ready for wildin'. Standing in a crowd of girls like an island. I see the one I wanna sit. Come here, cutie. I flip her around and then I work that booty. Work the body, work the body. Slow down, girl, you're about to hurt somebody. Hold up, yo, let's get just one thing clear. There's only one reason why I came here. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. You women don't want me to tell you what's up. I came here tonight to hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom. Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, here I go, here I go, here I go. Yo, dance in the aisles when the prince steps to it. The rhyme is a football, y'all, and I went and threw it out in the crowd, and yo, it was a good throw. How do I know? Because the crowd went. In response to the way that I was kicking it, smooth and individual rhymes, always original, like the Dr. Jekyll man, and this is my high side. I am the driver, and y'all on a rap ride, so fellas, are y'all with me? And say fellas, are y'all with me? Why don't you tell the girls what y'all wanna do? You wanna ooh, ooh. That's right, yo, and I'm in the flow, so pump up the volume along with the tempo. I want everybody in the house to Told my mother that I never make a whack jam, but sometimes I get nervous and start to stutter, and I fumble every word I utter. So I just try to chill, but it gets worse and worse still. I need the crowd to get into it. They help me calm down and I can get through it. So higher, higher, get your hands to the ceiling. Let it go, y'all, don't fight the feeling. Might get a stranglehold, sweat pouring, and like Jordan, yo, I'm scoring. Yeah, that's right, y'all, and I am in the flow. So pump up the volume along with the tempo. Many have died trying to stop my show. I came here tonight to hear the crowd go. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake it to where I am. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 tick. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room. Boom, shake, shake, shake the room.
Somebody so much it makes you cry. Have you ever needed something so sad you can't sleep at night? Have you ever tried to find the words but they don't come out right? Have you ever? Have you ever? Have you ever been in love so bad you do anything to make them understand? Have you ever had someone steal your heart away? You give anything to make them feel the same. Have you ever searched for words to get you in the heart, but you don't know what to say, and you don't know where to start? Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Have you ever needed something so you can't sleep at night? Have you ever tried? Have you ever found the one you dreamed of all your life? Do just about anything to look into their eyes. Have you finally found the one you've given your heart to, only to find that one won't give the heart to you? Have you ever closed your eyes and dreamed that they were there, and all you can do is wait for the day when they will care? Have you ever loved somebody so much makes you wanna break down and cry so bad? Have you ever tried to find the words but they don't come out right? Oh, have you ever? Have you ever, what do I gotta do to get you in my arms, baby? What do I gotta say to get to your heart, to make you understand how I need you next to me? Gotta get you in my world, 'cause baby I can't sleep. Have you ever loved somebody
Relive the rhythm of the 90s.
Back to the 90s.
Coming off wet. And for all y'all suckers that don't know, check it out. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't. Cause I'm the make it Mac Daddy. The make it Mac. Cause I'm the make it Mac Daddy. The make it Mac. I make you wanna the Mac Daddy make you. A Daddy Mac will make you. Crisscross will make you. The Mac Daddy make you. A Daddy Mac will make you. Crisscross will make you. The Mac Daddy make you. A Daddy Mac will make you. Crisscross will make you. The Mac Daddy make you. A Daddy Mac will make you. Crisscross will make you. Believe it.
Take a ride back in time.
Back to the 90s.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now and watch the hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet Swiss, I like the sushi, cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Speak like Leanne rhymes, because I'm all about value. Bert Camper's got the mad hits. You try to match wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a fake out like a sink and it can shake out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the show cause then you'll know the vertigo is gonna go, cause it's so dangerous you'll have to sign a waiver. Can't I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, well you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the red burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault, but I'm only too soon. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, and now I'll sit back and wait till you say you're sorry.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking. Watch watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our maisons. I hope the smoking man's in this one like Harrison Ford. I'm getting frantic, like Sting, I'm tantric, like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clubs, gonna find the kind with tiny nunchucks on my irons and always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon, cause the cartoonist got the boom anime babes that make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, but I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, dropped your arms to the sides and said I'm sorry. 5 days since I laughed at you and said you just did just what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since the living room, we realized we're both to blame, but what did we do? Yesterday, you just smiled at me, cause it'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Watch my stadium home of the Raleigh.
Relive the rhythm of the 90s.
Back to the 90s.
I can't
Now, this is a good song.
All my pictures seem to fade to black and white. I'm growing tired, and time stands still before me. Frozen here on the ladder of my life. It's much too late to save myself from falling. I took a chance and chased you away all life. But you misread my meaning when I met you. Close the door and let me
Thank you. Shout out to Elton John and what was that? George Michael and Elton John singing that. Yeah. Shout out to them. How's everybody doing? Everybody have a good weekend? Well, I know the Tennessee man didn't have a good weekend. It's like every day that goes by over the last week and a half, at some point down the road has got to be studied by sociologists or something. It's just the sort of the evolution of the Tennessee fan over the last 10 days has been like a movie. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I might make a video on it this afternoon. The 180s that they've taken on their own belief system is just unlike anything I've ever seen. Yeah. I lost $250 on Memphis getting 47.5 points. Lost by 51. What'd you do, live bet it at plus 47.5? Yeah, they got destroyed. They got destroyed. How's everybody doing, though? Texas Rocks, Anthony Swift, Vandy Dandy, Roy Anderson, Blazer Dog. What's up, buddy? Sir UGA. Gil Lawson. Jacob Roletter. Biggs Mike. Spank Mapleton. A Spank. Slob Olympics coming up in about 6 weeks, bud. Not Slob Olympics. Loutube's Got Talent. Sorry. I got Slob Olympics on the mind this morning. Breaking Slob Olympics news tonight on the Lunch Money Show. I'm not going to spoil it here. Decisions have been made for the 2026 Slob Olympics. I'll tell you all about it tonight on the Lunch Money Show. But yeah, Loutube's Got Talent coming up in 6 weeks, though. That's always a lot of fun. Can't wait for that. We'll start it the first or second week of June. I'll get more nailed down on the exact date over the next couple of weeks. But anyway, start your planning now. Start your brainstorming, your practicing, whatever you need to do for Loutube's Got Talent. And we'll start that sometime around the beginning of June. You guys never cease to amaze me with your seemingly never-ending list of useless talents that you have, that you send in every year. So I'm really looking forward to the Loutube's Got Talent. One of my favorite times of the year here on the morning show every single year. We've had a lot of fun with that over the years. Looking forward to it again, too. This year, so that'll be coming up in June. What else is going on? Slob Olympics announcement tonight on the Lunch Money Show. That's also amazing. I know we normally do the Lunch Money. Dang. I know we normally do the Lunch Money Show at 10. I'm going to see if we can do it at 9 tonight. In fact, I'm trying to think if there's a reason we can't always do it at 9. The reason we do the Lunch Money Show at 10 o'clock is because when we started the Lunch Money Show, I still had young kids and was tucking kids into bed at night and things like that. But they're long past that now. But Pete may still be in that. Anyway, it might be at 9. It might be at 10. I'll talk to Pete today and see if he's able to do it at 9. If he is, we'll do it at 9. If not, it'll be at 10. Make sure you tune in, though. Groundbreaking. Groundbreaking Slob Olympics news tonight on Lunch Money Show. I feel bad for the Pope. He died. Which that's not why I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because the news of him dying is going to get overshadowed by this Slob Olympics news. Yeah. So, but with the Pope dying, that means we all get to look forward to one of those smoke ceremonies coming up. sometime in the next year. One of them Vatican smoke ceremonies. You know, black smoke means we still don't have a new pope. White smoke means we do have a new pope. J.D. Vance did it. Well, now, J.D. Vance did visit with the Pope yesterday, or the day before, or whatever it was, this weekend. But can you imagine, though, seriously, can you imagine if Bill or Hillary Clinton or Obama or any of these other people that the brain dead amongst us are convinced have killed hundreds of people, can you imagine if one of them had met with the Pope over the weekend and the Pope died? Holy moly. Thank God it was a Republican, so we don't have to listen to the smooth brains run around talking about how some Clinton or whatever done killed somebody again or whatever. Is it the black or white smoke? I think black means no new pope. White means they do have a pope. I think. Well, it could be the other way around. I don't know. Point is, it's a mesmerizing smoke ceremony that's broadcasted live. Can't wait to watch that. But yeah, the Pope did go ahead and pass away over the weekend. And as far as I know, he's still passed away. Now, what happens over the next 3 days, we'll see. We'll see. Pope said he had enough, yeah. Pope said he had enough of this bullshit. If there are any Catholics watching, condolences, though. I know that's a big deal within the Catholic Church or whatever, so condolences to all the Catholic type people who may be besides themselves this morning. This has nothing to do with that, but you know I'm easily entertained. Three things. One is obvious, Tennessee fans, but they're always entertaining on Twitter. But two other things that happened this weekend on Twitter that were especially entertaining to me. Number one, I came across some kind of, I guess WrestleMania was this past weekend, which is like the Super Bowl for wrestling. It was in Vegas, too, by the way. But anyway, I came across this thread on Twitter. It was hundreds of comments long. And I don't even remember what the original tweet was. The original tweet was something about WrestleMania. And it showed up on my Twitter feed. And I started reading through the comments on there. Hundreds and hundreds of replies and back and forths and shit. Grown men arguing about the results of wrestling matches and, you know, they didn't do this person's storyline the right way. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that sounds retarded. Why'd you read that? I wish I could go back and re-find it now, but it's not somebody I follow. It just showed up on my feed. I'd never be able to find it now. I know what you think. You're thinking that's retarded. Why would you read that? It was the most entertaining. I couldn't believe it. It just kept going on and on and on and on and on. And it reminded me of how we argue about football. So I actually put a tweet out about it. I said, I've got great news, y'all. I just spent the last 7 or 8 minutes reading a thread about WrestleMania that had grown men in there arguing nonstop about wrestling matches and shit. So I'm happy to report that we as college football fans are not the dumbest group of people on the internet. Look, you got to take wins where you can get them. We're not the dumbest people on the internet. The wrestling, I promise, grown people arguing about wrestling are way dumber than us arguing about college football. I promise. Believe me. If you'd have read that thread, you'd agree with me. It was unbelievable. You know what I relate it to? You know when you tell the Texas A&M man that Texas A&M isn't a service academy? And that's not an insult. It's just a statement of fact, right? It's no different than, telling me that the sun is going to come up tomorrow. It's not even an opinion. It's just a statement of fact. Texas A&M is not a service academy. But they get irate and then they want to argue with you for an hour about it just because you said Texas A&M is not a service academy. Wrestling people are that way when you tell them wrestling is not real. They will actually, they will spend hours arguing with you about it. And then they'll go, it is real. It's just predetermined. Like they try to justify, I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. But anyway, so that was extremely entertaining on Twitter this weekend. The never-ending arguments about WrestleMania that took place amongst grown men on Twitter, that entertained me some this weekend. I already mentioned Tennessee fans entertaining me, but they're entertaining 365 days a year. The other thing, and this is more of a me thing. The majority of y'all probably would not get enjoyment out of this like I do. But I'm a sick individual with a very particular set of skills. There was an unbelievable amount of arguing on Twitter this weekend between different religious factions. And I always love that. I know y'all, some that's going to irritate some of y'all or whatever. I absolutely love watching grown people argue over whose religion is less weird. And there was a lot of that. I don't know if it was because it was Easter weekend. And plus, Twitter is full of for some whatever reason. I don't really understand it. I'm gonna be honest. Twitter is full of with a lot of people that say they're Christians, and for all I know, they're telling the truth. But they absolutely hate Jews. Like, Jews are responsible for everything that's ever happened bad in the world. And that's a little bit strange because, like, I can almost understand a Christian arguing with a Muslim or a Buddhist or a Scientologist or somebody who religion-wise just believes something totally and 100% separate from what they do. And I know Christians and Jews don't believe exactly the same things. Basically, Jews believe half the book. Christians believe the entire book. Jews and Christians are pretty much arm in arm up until the point where they get to the whole Jesus being the Son of God deal, and then they kind of part ways. But anyway, so it's very fast. I always get a kick out of people arguing, like whose religion is less bad or whatever it is. I don't know. It's just funny to me. I get a kick out of it. And there was a lot of that this weekend. I noticed for whatever reasons, I'm not sure, unless it was because it was Easter. So that's pretty much how I entertained myself this weekend, was reading the wrestling stuff. the my religion is better than yours stuff, and NBA basketball. The playoffs started. So I've been telling y'all, a lot of y'all my age quit watching the NBA a long time ago. And it is unwatchable in the regular season. I agree with you 100%. It's basically a three-point contest with no defense. That's basically what the NBA regular season has come down to. And on top of that, it's a crapshoot every single night as far as which players are going to play and which players are going to sit out because of load management. But you don't get any of that in the playoffs. If they can play, they play. And they play defense. And now, not all of the games were close with a couple of blowouts, but that's to be expected in the first round, you know. But a couple of the games were good and really close. And you had a couple of upsets, too. But anyway, so watched some NBA playoffs, amused myself watching members of different religious groups argue with each other on Twitter over whose religion was less weird. Watched grown men argue over the results of wrestling matches. And, of course, Tennessee fans. So that's pretty much how I spent my weekend as far as entertaining myself goes. You know? OKC is your pick to win it all. Well, they looked good in game one. They beat somebody by 50 fucking points or something like that. Who's the worst organization in the NFL for the draft? All time? Cleveland, Oakland, or now Vegas. The Raiders, basically, and the Falcons. Those are the three worst drafting teams in the history of the NFL. Yeah, the Braves swept the Blue Jays this weekend. Landman, I hadn't seen that. What'd y'all do this weekend? It's a great day to be a soldier. Anything else going on? Georgia signed some players out the portal. I do like the running back. That's what we needed too. I mean, the guy is no superstar. But he's reliable. He doesn't fumble. And he's a bowling ball. I think he's a great compliment to Nate Frazier, that running back from Illinois. Josh McCray, is that his name? It's like 6'2", 235 pounds. You know, what is Nate Frazier? 5'10", 205? Oh, yeah, no, I won a little bit this week. $70 or something. Let me look. I was up 100 and something, but I put 100 on Houston money line last night, and they lost $63. I'm up $63. I was up 163. But the last game of the night last night, it was basically no spread. It was basically a pick 'em. I think it closed with Houston being a 1-point favorite or something. I had $100 on Houston on the money line just because they were the home team, but they lost. So I finished up $63 for the week. Oh, the Twins? Okay. Oh, speaking of Twitter, there's Nick DTV. Boy, Nick, you're over there doing the Lord's work on Twitter, buddy. Now, you're wasting your time, but I get it. I do a lot of that, too. I don't usually respond to it, but I see you over there, Nick. You're doing yeoman's work over there on Twitter, bud. you're swimming upstream, so to speak, fighting an uphill battle. But I'm with you. I'm with you. Is the Army linebacker any good? Well, yeah, he's some amount of good. I would rather have the North Carolina guy, but I guess we lost him to Ohio State. Now, I mean, he hasn't committed anywhere, but everything I was reading on him said it was coming down to Georgia and Ohio State. So, we went out and got a defensive tackle from Miami, a linebacker from Army, and a running back from Illinois. So my guess is that means we're not getting that Bo, whatever his name is, from North Carolina. But the running back is a good one. The running back is a good one from Illinois. He's got more carries than every running back on our roster combined. So he's been around the block in the Big Ten. So I know some of y'all, the Big Ten. The Big Ten's a tough physical league. And he's played there for 4 years. And I think I read he's never fumbled the ball. Let me look that up. Josh McCray. I mean, he's no superstar, but he'll fit in nice, I think, in the rotation at Georgia. And he's a big. That's what we needed, a big guy. Nate Frazier's. I don't know what is Nate Frazier, 5'10", 205 pounds or something. This guy 6'1", 235. Between the tackles guy here. Last season, he had 117 carries, 609 yards, 10 touchdowns, 5.2 per carry. I think Nate Frazier had more yards, but lower average. So Nate Frazier had more carries last year. But, I mean, where's the fumble? Yeah, look at this. He's never fumbled the ball. Look. 0 fumbles. I'll take that. Again, this guy ain't running for 1,000 yards. He ain't Nick Chubb or Todd Gurley. I'm not trying to hype up some woos here. But Georgia needed another running back. Nate is 5'10", 210. I was close. What did I say? 5'10", 205. Yeah. So I'll take Josh McCray to 6'1", 6'2", whatever he is, 235. He'll fit in good. You got Nate Frazier, Josh McCray. Yeah, Texas and Georgia look like the two best teams heading into the season. Now, doesn't always end up working out that way, but those are they're the two favorites heading into the season, Georgia and Texas. I don't know what we're going to do with Tennessee. Their starting quarterback quit on the last day of spring practice to play at UCLA for less money. The TCU quarterback turned down more money at Tennessee to stay at TCU. So it seems like just nobody wants to play there. sinking ship in that. Let's think about Tennessee's offense. They lost all their starting wide receivers from last year. They lost their running back from last year. They lost their quarterback from last year. They lost their best players on defense. People are willing to play for less money somewhere else just to keep from having to play for Tennessee. And they haven't even won their conference since last century. Damn. Seems bad, don't it? Seems kind of bad. I don't know. I hate that for Tennessee fans. I really do. I really hate that for Tennessee fans. What else is going on? What else is going on? Colorado had their spring game this weekend. Slash jersey retirement ceremony for Travis Hunter and Shador. That was amazing. I keep asking Dion on Twitter to retire my number. I think I'm going to keep doing it until he does it. Let's see if he's tweeted anything yet today. Coach Prime. Where are you, Coach Prime? Here we go. Coach Prime. I don't want no retweets. What is this? Let's go. Post-grad camp. Oh, open tryouts at Colorado. That's what this is here. Open tryouts. So if you got any eligibility at all left, Colorado needs your help here. Oh, see, look, here I am. I already did it. I was about to do it, but I already did it. Will you retire my number? I'm going to keep asking him every time he tweets something. Did you see Dion's post-spring game press conference? They asked him, they were like, now that the spring portal is open, are there any like position groups that y'all are targeting here at Colorado to maybe bring in some more guys? He sat there for a second. He went, well, he could use a defensive tackle or two, a linebacker, a couple of safeties. We need a wide receiver that's really good, a running back, 2 tight ends, a guard, a tackle or two, and a center. I said, hey, man, you know that's a whole team, don't you? So you need a whole team except quarterback. I said, damn. Yeah, Nico made it official with UCLA. Boy. Y'all know Georgia's non-con schedule is dog shit this year, right? They play Austin P and Marshall the first 2 games of the season. Do you know why? Do you know why they're playing Austin P and Marshall? Anybody remember? Who was Georgia supposed to play week 1 this year? Anybody remember? Who was Georgia supposed to play week 1 this season coming up? Anybody remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers, and so do I. That's right, Jonathan Miller. Georgia was originally scheduled to play UCLA week 1 this season, and UCLA canceled it when they joined the Big Ten. I'm not shitting on them, but there's a lot of that going on. With the realignment, a lot of those games got canceled. But how great would it be if Georgia was playing UCLA week 1 this year? How great would that be? Tennessee would be Tennessee would be the biggest Georgia fans outside of actual Georgia fans, wouldn't they? Wouldn't that be fun to watch Tennessee fans root for Georgia all off season because they were playing UCLA week 1? Tennessee fans' obsession and hatred of Nico. It's like they're like a middle school girl whose prom date never showed up, you know? They can't get over it. You know, they just can't get over it. They're stalking all her pages on social media, you know. They're creating fake accounts and then friending her and then leaving nasty comments, shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what Tennessee fans are doing all off. They're like a spurned ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or something, you know. They can't get over it. They're so mad. You know? So funny. I saw this guy on Twitter, I think it was Friday or Saturday, the Tennessee fan on Twitter, and he goes, "This is the last shit I'm going to talk about Nico." And then he had like this thesis paper about, you know, how much he hates Nico. But the first sentence was, "This is the last thing I'm going to say about Nico." Before I even read what he wrote, I replied, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all." I go back to his page 2 or 3 days later. There's like 9 more tweets about Nico, you know. It has been fun to watch. The last 10 days or whatever it's been, this whole Nico saga with the Tennessee fans. It has been entertaining. it has been entertaining, if nothing else. Lou, do you think Alabama will make the playoffs this season? I think they're a borderline like they were last year, 9-3, 10-2. I mean, they're going to beat Vandy. I know it was funny that they lost to them last year, but, you know, in any 20-year period, how often do you think that is going to happen, that Vandy beats them? Not very often. So they're going to beat Vandy. So that's one more win they will have than they had last year. That would put them at 10-2 if everything else is the same and they just beat Vandy. So if you think they're not going to make the playoffs, you got to start looking for a loss, where last year maybe they had a win. So start with the Georgia game. Hard to pick Bama to lose to Georgia, given recent history. But it is in Athens, so maybe there's a chance Georgia beats them. That would then put them back down to 9-3. You know, if you just swap the results of the Vandy-Georgia game. Point is, they're going to beat Vandy. That last year, that would have been their 10th win. So if you don't think they're making the playoffs, you got to find losses somewhere else. They also lost to Oklahoma, which isn't likely to happen again because they play in Tuscaloosa. So you probably got to find two teams they beat last year that they would lose to this year. Georgia's a possibility. South Carolina's a possibility. I guess Auburn is technically always a possibility, but that's hard to see, really. You know, they do play two Power 4 non-con opponents, one on the road and one at home, but I can't. Does anybody think Alabama's going to lose to Florida State or Wisconsin? I don't. So, I mean, there's about 4 or 5 SEC teams. I think just like last year. Just like last year, I think there's going to be 4 or 5 SEC teams bunched together in the 9-3, 10-2 range. I don't see anybody with the potential to go 11-1 other than Texas. And I don't even know if they'll do it, but I think they've got the best chance to do it because of the schedule. But they play Ohio State on the road. They play Georgia on the road. They got to win at least one of those if they want to go 11-1. Now, it's possible they lose to Ohio State and Georgia. Now, that would only be one SEC loss. You know, Texas A&M at the end of the year, Florida. Who else do they play? I mean, they don't have their conference schedule outside of their trip to Georgia is pretty manageable. Well, when you move from Tennessee, there is no state you can go to with lower taxes. So, well, if you're talking about income tax, Tennessee has 0 state income tax. So any state he moved to would have been a tax increase outside of what? Florida, Nevada. Is it Florida, Nevada, Tennessee? What other states don't have income tax? Florida, Nevada, Tennessee. Does Texas have income tax? Which states don't have an income tax? I know Florida, Nevada, Tennessee. Maybe Texas too. So almost anywhere he would have gone would have been a tax increase. But the the state income tax in California is 12%. So, which is a lot. But when you're making millions of dollars, I mean, it's not like Nico's going to be poor. California's taxes are outrageous. Well, the income tax is 12%. I don't know what other taxes you might be talking about, but the income tax for his tax bracket, the highest tax bracket, state income tax bracket in California is 12%. Nico will say he lived in Tennessee until July, so he won't have to pay California taxes. That'd be the smart thing to do. But Nico hasn't made a whole lot of smart decisions, so don't I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Delaware and Pennsylvania don't have sales tax. Yeah, I'm less familiar with the state's sales tax situations than I am income tax. Who's better right now, Alabama or South Carolina? Well, Bama beat them last year. I mean, I think it'll be a great game. It's in Columbia. I think it'll be a good game. My guess would be that most people would have Alabama ranked higher than South Carolina. Just got here. What's the deal on Slob Olympics? Hold on. Let me read the bottom of the screen. Hold on. 2026 Slob Olympic details announced tonight on the Lunch Money Show. There you go. Bama at South Carolina could get ugly for the Gumps. That was a great game last year, man. That was a great game. Yeah, Tennessee's got one of the highest sales taxes in the country. I mean, I think most people understand the whole no state income tax gimmick. These states get their money one way or another. So, like Florida, okay, no income tax. Highest property tax on the planet. Tennessee, no income tax. Highest sales tax in the country. I mean, it's not like Florida, Tennessee, Nevada, whatever these states are. It's not like they've figured out how to run their state with way less money than some other state. I mean, like Florida in particular. They have no state income tax. But every time the wind blows down there, the federal government's got to send them $1 billion. You know, which is you, me, everybody else that pays federal income taxes. You know, because Florida doesn't have the money to repair or clean up after the wind blows down there. Why? Because they don't charge a state income tax. Arkansas has state income tax and state sales tax. Well, most states have income tax and sales tax. If Tennessee passed a state income tax, it's not like the 9.75% sales tax would vanish. Yeah, they're not going to take less. They're not going backwards. Yeah, you're right about that. All these governments, they want more all the time. Oh, I see y'all talking about the toll charges or whatever in Florida. I don't even know how, but when we went on that cruise, somewhere while we were driving, I never went through a toll booth. We never went through like a toll booth. So I don't know what happened. But somewhere when we got back from the cruise, about 2 weeks after we got back from the cruise, the lady got a letter in the mail from the state of Florida saying she owed $3 to the state of Florida for some type of toll. It doesn't tell you where, it doesn't tell you what. But like I said, we never went through any toll booths, toll bridges. So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, we sent them the $3. No, we were never on I-4. We were on I-95. No, it's not a scam. It's the website and everything is on there. Ours was $3, but I don't know what it was from or what it was for. When you say it takes a picture of your license, that's what I'm telling you. We don't know what it is. We never went through a toll booth. So I know how they got her address. They got her address from her license plate. I know that. I don't know who they are or what it is. We didn't go through a toll booth. I'm looking it up now. Express toll road. You can only enter express lanes at designated points. Oh, this is basically it's a Lexus lane. Is basically what it is. Atlanta was gonna put those in. Did they ever do it? It's the Lexus lane deal, where the left hand lane, where you have to pay to drive in the left hand lane. Yeah, they call it. I remember it came up for a vote in Georgia one time, and they called it the Lexus lane. Basically, a lane that you have to pay extra to drive in. You know, with the idea being there will be less traffic in that lane because you have to pay to be in it, so you can get places quicker. We must have somehow got into one of those lanes somewhere in Florida. Yeah, like the HOV, like there used to be, they didn't charge you, but they used to just call them HOV lanes. At least that's what they were called in Georgia. It would be the left-hand lane, and it was called an HOV lane, high occupancy vehicle. And you could only drive in that left-hand lane if you had multiple people in the car. The idea being to encourage carpooling, to cut down on traffic. So it sounds like it's the same kind of deal, but you have to pay to be in that lane. We must have got into one of those lanes at some point. I mean, we sent the payment and it's $3. I mean, I don't give a shit. That's how they get you. Yeah, they find a way to get their money. They find a way to get their money. Hotel tax, property tax. You have to pay a tax to put a license plate on your car every year. Yeah. Yeah. You can make $100. You're going to have to pay tax on that $100 you make. So I don't know. Let's just say total, all the taxes, you made $100. You get 80 of that 100. All right. You then take that 80 and invest it. A year later, that $80 is back to the $100 you initially had. So you cash out. Well, guess what? You got to pay tax on the $20 profit you made to get from 80 to 100. They just, as soon as they take their hand out of your left pocket, they're sticking the other hand in your right pocket, ain't they? Wild. Them out of state tax? At least there's not a bookie tax. There is a bookie tax if you gamble legally. If you gamble on FanDuel or Sportsbook or one of these legal things and make money, yes, you're taxed on it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You shouldn't be taxed on your primary residence. Yeah. Lou got hit with a DJ Lagway toll tax. The church and the mob only want 10%. Hey, Mom. Good morning. You sleep good? Did you sleep good? Huh? You sleep good? All right. Let's get out of here. Let's make it an early day today. Lunch Money show tonight, either at 9 or 10. I'm not sure. I'll ask Pete if we're, I know we normally do it at 10, but if he's able to do it at 9, then we'll do it at 9. But Lunch Money show tonight, we've got some details for the 2026 Slob Olympics. Location and the date. Date and location of the 2026 Slob Olympics has been finalized in that. NBA playoffs tonight, if you're looking for some sports to watch. Pistons and the Knicks at 7:30. Clippers and the Nuggets at 10. And, of course, meaningless regular season baseball games today as well. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Let's get the week off to a good start. Happy Monday. And I'll see you tonight for the Lunch Money Show. Have a good morning.